Hello guys and gals, welcome to this video where we're going to try to install GCC and Notepad++, and basically I'm trying to get you set up so that you can do command line compilations of your programs. And I'm going to presume that you're a beginner, and I am also somewhat of a beginner, and I'm going to follow a tutorial on some of this stuff as we go along. And you can also follow that tutorial if you like, or you can watch the video if you like. And there's likely to be some cuts here and there as I try to figure this out, so that way you don't have to watch any kind of mistakes that I make. And then we can get this all installed and get you guys up and running, so you guys can do some programming. Okay? So let's go ahead and let's get started. First thing I've done is I've uninstalled MinGW, which is like the minimalist environment for GCC. I've uninstalled that, and I've uninstalled Notepad on my computer, so I have to reinstall all of it. So what I'm going to do is I go up here, and I've already done a search, but let me show you here. Oh, not this. Let's see. Let's go ahead and, I don't know how I found that. How to install MinGW. Let's try that. How to install, it's a YouTube video. Let's see what this is. Right here. Okay, so this is the MinGW C++ download and installation. And it says to go right here and click MinGW. And that's so we can download it. I'm going to go ahead and close these buttons because I was already messing with it a little bit. Alright, so now it says right here, download latest version MinGW get setup exe. So download that, and I'll save the file. File saved. I'm going to go ahead and open it and install. And let's see what this says. If you look to change, I'm going to keep the same installation directory because C:\MinGW, that's short, it's easy to type, and it's right there in the root of your hard drive, so that seems like a good spot for it. And if we want to install any kind of add-ons later, everybody's going to assume that we've installed it to this anyway, so it's fine. This is fine to me. You can do whatever you want, but this works for me. Now, user interface options. Both command line and graphical options are available. The command line interface is always supported. The alternative only if you choose the following option to also install support for the graphical user interface. That's fine. I wasn't aware of any graphical user interface, but I guess there's something there, so that's something to discover later on. Program shortcuts for launching the graphical user interface should be installed. Just for me or for all users, this is grayed out. And I'm guessing this is grayed out because there's only one user on this computer, just me anyway, so this is fine. And I'll put a shortcut in the start menu and or on the desktop. Okay, that's fine. So let's go to continue. Application is already installed. Reinstall. So here we are, downloading. I'm probably going to fast forward this part. Okay, so now it's downloaded all the programs it needs. I'm going to go hit continue. And now it wants me to select different options for installation. And we'll go back to our little tutorial here. And I know if I scroll down to this right here, it says we need to click these three items. For MinGW32 base, MinGW32 GCC, G++, and MSys base. Since I'm programming in C and C++ maybe later on, this is all I need, but I do see there's Fortran and ADA compiler and Objective-C compiler, so obviously select those if you have interest in programming in those two. So I'm going to go back to my, where is it? Right there. Right, why does it show up? Okay. Alright, here it is. So it wants us to do the base, mark for installation. Right here, our GCC, mark for installation, and the MSys base, and that's what it says is all we need. Okay, so this looks Good. Now I believe to proceed here, we actually close this, and it says review changes. So review changes, and then we want to apply changes. And there we go. So now it's downloading everything and installing what we requested. So yeah, I'm kind of new to all this myself. I've been programming mostly on my Commodore 64 in C, and since the other day my disk drive broke, and I thought, well, let's try something more modern. So here I am making a video on installing GCC and trying to do something more modern. I'm thinking after this, I don't know if I'm going to work with some Allegro libraries or if I want to do some OpenGL stuff. Those are kind of got my interest right now, so I'm thinking maybe I'll look into that. So those could be upcoming videos. We'll just see what happens. I just kind of go with whatever I want to do at the time. Okay. All changes were applied successfully. You may now close this dialog. And okay, we'll close it. And that's it. I'm guessing MinGW is installed. Let's take a look. There's MinGW. There's binary, or include files, header files. So let's go see what's in bin. cpp.exe. Okay. Let's see here. GCC, that's what we're looking for. G++ and GCC. GCC, I think, is just for C files, and G++ is for C++ files, or a little compiler. And I think it just compiles and does linking too. It does both. So cool. Alright, so now that we have done this, okay, great, right? But check this out. Now let's say we want to go to the command line. Let's see, cmd, command prompt, and let's say we want to, let's see here, go cd programs. Okay, let's say I wanted to write a program, and I put it in programs here, and I wanted to compile it, and I were to type GCC, and I were to myprogram.c, and I wanted to compile it, right? Well, this isn't going to work because GCC is located in the MinGW folder. So what we need to do is we need to alter our path, our system environment variable path, so that it will automatically be able to look in the MinGW folder when we type GCC. That way we can have our compiler work any directory on the computer. So to do that, I'm going to close this, go down here, and go environment, edit system environment variables. Now my variables are already going to probably be set up because I just uninstalled it, but I did not change any of this. But I'm going to show you anyway how we do it. So we're going to go right here to path, and let's go to edit, and let's see. Right here we have c/MinGW bin. So right there, because this is in my path statement, this will allow us to type and use GCC from any directory on the computer. This is very convenient for us. Otherwise, you would have to make your program inside the MinGW bin folder in order to have access to the compiler. Or you would have to type the full path of the compiler every time you want to compile something. This just makes it a lot more convenient. So do this. Now, to add a variable, hit new, and you can type in c:/MinGW/bin, capitals, lowercase, doesn't matter, and then you would just hit enter and then OK. But since I already have it in here, I'm not doing this. So I'm going to go ahead and hit cancel, and then you would hit OK here, and you would probably hit apply or OK here, and it would be fine. If you have the command prompt already open when you edit the system variables, it won't take effect until you close it and reopen the command prompt. So keep that in mind right here. Okay, now it would be into effect because we just started it. But if I left the old one open, it wouldn't be. Alright, so next, let's see. So next, let's see if we can compile a program. Let's go cd /cd programs, and let's go ahead and do Notepad test.c. Create a new file, yes. Alright, so let's go ahead and include stdio.h main. Let's try void main void put string. This works. Okay, so there's a little test program. Control S to save it. Exit out of that. Okay, so now we should see test.c is right there. Okay, so let's see if we can compile it. GCC test.c. dir. And you see a.exe, that's because with GCC, when you just compile like I just did, I didn't give it a name for the output file, and you would think that it would be common sense just to name it the same as the source file with a .exe, but that's not what they do. So it's a.exe, so whatever. So I'll type a, which is our test.c, and this works. So now we see that was pretty simple. So that's cool, that was easy. So now we have our compiler installed. So now what we need to work on is a proper editor. And Notepad is not a good editor. Notepad++, that's not a bad editor. That's pretty good. I like it. So let's go ahead and download that and install it. I'm going to close this. And I'm going to close this. And now, we'll close that. Let's look up Notepad. Right there. Notepad++, this is only available for Windows. I don't think Notepad++ is available for Linux. I don't really work with Linux. I've tried Linux before, and it's complicated. And I like Windows is just easier for me to deal with. So let's see. Go to download, and well, I guess this one right here, top one. And let's download it. The installer. Yep. Save file. Now you can use any editor that you want. So if this is not the one you want to install, you can skip this part of the video. But I like this one myself. But there's a lot of different editors out there that I haven't even tried, so there may be something better. Who knows? And we go next. This will be pretty self-explanatory. I agree. Destination folder's fine. Auto completion files, function plugins, admin, localization before languages, themes. What's themes? Oh, okay. All right. Yep. So that all looks good. So next, create a shortcut on the desktop. Yep. That'll be fine. And we can run Notepad++, see if it works. And bingo, there's Notepad++. Now yours will probably be different colors because since I just removed this so I could make this video, I told it to keep my personal settings, and I like a black background. So it's just a little dark right now, so bright, especially at nighttime. I like to have a dark theme. So you might have different colors. You can always edit those. So now we have Notepad++. Cool. But there's still more we can do here. So let me go ahead and close this and close this. And now let's go to, let me see, let's go to search. Let's go to command prompt and let's go cd /programs dir. Okay. Now you see this is where we had our little test program before. So now we could type in Notepad++. Oh, that's something I didn't show you. Environment variables again. So let's go ahead, before we do this, let's go ahead and see here. Notepad++ is right here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is we're going to set another environment variable to make Notepad++ available, once again, from any directory on our hard drive. So I'm going to right-click Notepad++, go to Properties. As you see here, it's going to give us the start in directory where Notepad++ is located. Let's see if we can get this. Nope. So we just copy it. I'm going to hit Control-C to copy this, and we're going to put this in our path environment variable just like we did with MinGW. Now I'm pretty sure it's already set in mine, but we're going to go ahead and do this again so you guys can see. So I'm going to search, edit system variables, environment variables, path, edit, and I'm going to look up in here and see. Yeah, see, here it is, C program files Notepad++. So here's what I do. I type in new, I would hit Control-V, and that would put it in our path for the Notepad++. So, but since I already have it, I'm not going to bother with it. And you would just hit OK, but I'm going to hit cancel. Cancel, cancel, cancel. Now, if we were to, we'd have to reopen this, close that, go here, go to command prompt. Now it would be, we have access to Notepad++ anywhere in any directory, as well as GCC, our compiler. So the system variables makes it easier. So now let's go ahead and go cd/programs, and now let's go Notepad++ test.c. Oh, not recognized. Great. Why is that? Alright, here's a problem. Let me pause and figure out this issue. Okay, I figured it out. Sort of, kind of weird. I went in my environment variables. I deleted the environment variable that I already had for the directory, and I put in the newest one that I copied from the shortcut like I showed you earlier, and now Notepad++ works. So watch this. Notepad++ test.c, and now there's our little program. And notice, see, with Notepad++ you have syntax highlighting, because it automatically sees the extension is a .c, so it does the syntax highlighting for like the includes yellow and main is white, and the function put string is white, and text is green. So you got, that's a nicety. It's got that. So that's one of the pluses, I guess, to this. Anyway, so now we see how we can just edit a file, and when we're done we can just save it, close, whatever. But typing in Notepad++ every time I want to do something, to me, is just too difficult. I don't want to do that. What I want to do is I want to have something very simple that I can type in, and I like to use ed for editor, and then test.c. So how can we do that? We can do that by creating a batch file. So let's go ahead and go cd, and I'm going to go right to where the Notepad++ is. So there we go. Now we're in that directory. I can go dir *.bat. Oh, no files found for that. Okay, that's fine. So what we can do is I'm going to go Notepad++, and we're going to go ed.bat. We're going to make a batch file. Create it. Yes. Can I create the file? Why not? Oh my god. Why? Hold on. Okay, I have a good idea why. Let's go ahead and go to this. Let me right-click command prompt, run as administrator, and I think that will fix our problem. Okay, so now let's go cd, Control-V, and we are now with our Notepad. Let's do Notepad++ ed.bat for a batch file. and that's the reason why I didn't run the command line as administrator, so it wouldn't let me create a file in the program directory. So there you go. So if you run command line, make sure you run it as administrator. So now let's go ahead and I'm going to do echo off, so that way this stuff doesn't print to the screen every time that we run this batch file. And I will put Notepad ++ and we're going to do a %1. And what this does is %1, it takes the first command line option that we send with this batch file, and it will open Notepad for us. So this is a very simple batch file. This is all we need, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to hit Control S, save it, close that, close this, and now watch cd/programs directory. Okay, now you see test.c, ed test.c. Bingo! There you go. Ed is a lot easier than typing a whole Notepad ++ each time. So let's go ahead and let's see here. Let's go ahead and just let's change this as like puts. I hope you have enjoyed this video and it helps you get started programming. Cool. Semicolon. I'm going to hit Control S and I'm going to close this, and now what we're going to do is do our GCC test.c. Bingo, that's done. Remember, it's going to put it as an A file, exe, see, a.exe, so hit A. This works. I hope you've enjoyed this video and it helped you get started programming. So there it is, guys. Like I said, I hope it does help you, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.